Hello, and good evening, stamping friends. This is Caron, your independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up in this great old city of Austin, Texas. Thank you for joining me tonight, you guys, as I create with you on the fly. I have an idea for a card, and I couldn't wait to share it with you. It's a very simple layout, but it's going to be involve several different steps and techniques to create this card. So as always, you guys, we try to get all of the administrative things out of the way. So any of the products that you see that I'm using tonight in my video, if you like it, would love to have it, please don't hesitate to shop in my online store at www.stampinup.net. I'm sorry, www.sweetsignatures.stampinup.net. And don't forget to use our host code tonight, host code when you shop. When you shop using the host code, you are entered into a drawing that I host for the month, and I host it at the beginning of the following month. So it's usually the first Saturday of the following month that I host the drawing, and I announce to my the giveaway is for my mystery shopper. Use that host code that lets me know that you are a part of the giveaway pool. Okay. For every $50 purchase you make in my for a $50 or more, not every 50, for a $50 or more order that you place in my Stampin' Up store, I do give you a free gift. Okay. I will for you for the month, the gift that I am giving is a card kit for the card that I am creating, for one of the cards that I'm creating in the month. It could be this one, but you will create a card kit. I will send you all of the parts, all of the pieces. The only thing I cannot send to you is any of the stamped images. So if you want to create the cards that I'm going to create exactly the way I'm doing it, you will have to purchase the products that I'm using to recreate. Okay. Ask me about joining my Stampin' Up team, you guys. I would love to have you join my team. I would love to grow, love to build the circle of friends that I stamp with, and I always love to share what I am doing and my crafty creativity with you guys. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Liking, sharing helps my business grow. Not only does it help my business grow, it helps me to reach more people who might be interested in the paper crafting or the card making world that we are in. All right, let me just go over some additional updates for you. If you are following us for the entire month of June, Stampin' Up is doing a designer series sale promotion. You guys, 15% off of the designer series paper that is in the 2023 to 2024 catalog and part of the online exclusive set. And this is for the entire month of June. If you don't know what those are, definitely reach out to me and I can definitely get you in touch with what those products are. Join me on the last Friday of the month, you guys, for the Boho Beach Kit, for a Kit Together event. You guys, when you purchase the Boho Beach Kit, you get to join me. You get a personal invitation to join me on the last Friday of the month as we put together these these kits together, and who knows, we might make some different ones. So definitely don't hesitate to join me. Purchase your kit. When you purchase your kit, you'll be entered into the drawing because there's no minimum amount to be entered into the drawing. All right, and again, starter kit, you guys. This month, for the month of June, for only $99, you can become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, whether that's a hobby demonstrator, whether that's a business demonstrator, whether that's a hybrid, which is kind of sort of where I'm at with Stampin' Up. I'm a hybrid demonstrator. You do not have to do what I do if that's not what you want to do. There's no pressure. But if you are interested in 20% off of your entire purchase, whenever you purchase for your own stash, I think becoming a demonstrator is the answer for you, and I would love to have you join my team. And so this month for $99, you get $155 worth of products plus free shipping. You guys, Stampin' Up shipping is 11% of your total. So 10% of a 155 is already $15. You get 15 additional dollars that you can put towards more products. Woohoo! All right, so the card that I have in my mind, I kind of made something like it before, but let's see. I wanted to, I'm in a swap, and my swap has to be, I think it's fruit. And so that's the perfect cue for me to use one of our newest stamp sets, the Hello Kiwi stamp set. Y'all, this is amazing. Ooh, I gotta go find it now. It just blew my mind what I'm gonna do. All right, so the Hello Kiwi stamp set, it is a photopolymer. It is a photopolymer set. It is a two-step stamping, and there's 11 photopolymer steps. Now, I made a note that it coordinates with the sweet citrus dye. So I'm gonna go step away for 1 second so I can grab that, because I think I'm gonna need the embossing folder that comes with that. I have a little area with all of my current stock. Okay, so in my mind, and I could be wrong, they're not laid out the same way. I thought that, I suppose I could just do that, and then this could just do that. But this is, I'm gonna have to see if we can make it work. But I do know I want to use the embossing folder. So there we go. All right, so the card that I'm gonna make, let's get going. I have some measurements, and let's see how things play out. So my card base for tonight is a piece of lemon lolly. Y'all, I have not used this color. This is one of our new subtles colors. Where is my cursed curry? Where is that going? I know I took it from somewhere. Oh, okay. Not sure where I took it from. Oh, that's where. Y'all, I be trying to put things back the way they're supposed to be, because if I don't, I will lose it. So there we go. All right, so this is lemon lolly. Again, this is one of our new subtles colors. And we are gonna cut this to a standard A2 size card base, which is, we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. Right? And I tend to do it this way because it's just even that way. And then we're gonna cut it at 5 1/2. And so we should have 2 evenly cut and scored card bases that we created in one step. Okay, so we're gonna put one aside because we don't need one. And we fold against the mountain. We fold towards the mountain, I should say. And then we're gonna burnish this fold. Okay. And then set this aside. Then I have a piece of basic black. That this piece is a 1/8 of an inch smaller. But I'm gonna emboss this piece with the embossing folder from the Sweet Citrus set. I don't know if you remember the Sweet Citrus set, but it was this is a hybrid embossing folder. So I'm going to step away again because I do need the big boy for this one. I can't use the mini cut and emboss machine. Okay, and then I'm just going to emboss this and be right back. And so, through the magic of television, I have gone ahead and I have embossed the black cardstock with the Sweet Citrus embossing folder. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that to that piece, and then we're going to set this card aside for a minute. Okay, now I don't normally build my card, I build from the top down, but I'm definitely going to add this to that right now and take care of that. And I find that when I have embossing the folder that is this detailed, I do use extra embossing or extra liquid adhesive to make sure that the bond, the cardstock will adhere to the cardstock. Okay, so now here we go. Because there's all of the extra bumps and ridges that were created, got to make sure that there's the adhesive gets in it. Beauty of liquid glue, y'all, is you can lift it up, reset if you had to. Okay. I'll burnish that in so that everything adheres properly. And you can see I did not put enough adhesive here. So let's just put a little tad right here so that we don't have lifting. One of the things as a card maker that I find that sometimes, and you know, everybody's skill level is not the same, and I get that. But one of the things that I try to make sure that I avoid is if I'm taking the time to create a card that I'm sending to you, I want it to be in as perfect or as good a condition that I can make it when it gets to you. Okay, so here's that. We're going to put this aside for now. Now I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to go with just I think this is a quarter sheet, because that's what I cut. I typically cut them in quarter sheets, and then I'll trim it down to what I need. So I'm going to create, the next technique that I'm going to use right now is I'm going to create my own designer series paper. Okay. And so here we go. And again, this is a 2-step stamp. Where are my blocks? I just had my blocks. Well, I am a hopeless mess, okay? What I mean by that is I mean, if I can lose something, I will lose it. All right, so here we go. Now, this is supposed to be Kiwi, and I'm using the, oh no, is this the right one that I want to start with? No, I want to start with this one. I always like to start with my more solid piece. I think primarily it's because that's how I was taught. And so because that's the way I was taught, that's kind of how I just always try to continue to do it. But it makes sense to me. It's easier for me to try to line up the outline to something that's already there that's solid than to try to make sure that the solid lines up with the outline, if that makes any sense. All right, so I'm gonna decide, and I think I want this to be, well, it's kiwi, so we're gonna stick with green. And I think for kiwi, I can't decide. I think it's gonna be Parakeet Party. No, I think it's gonna be I want to say Old Olive, but let's take a look at Old Olive and see. Maybe it's Kiwi. Oh, it's Parakeet Party and Old Olive. So we'll use Parakeet Party for our solid. Okay. Need some scrap paper. I don't know why I never have enough scrap paper around when I need it. All right, here we go. Okay, that's beautiful. All right, so here's our, let's put this back under here, because we're gonna stamp off a little bit. Start here. We're gonna have one that's about right here. And we're gonna have one that's up here. And maybe one here. And then another one that's up here. Okay. Now that we have that, okay, we're going to come in with our fill color. Oops. And our fill color is going to be, our outline is going to be our Old Olive. I don't know, it just seems, whatchamacallit to me. So let's see what it's going to look like. Oh, that might be too dark. What do you think? Oh, I like it. No, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's get going. Let's go ahead and line these up. And there's no right way, you guys. There's no right and no wrong. Way to do this. And so all I'm doing is I am creating my own designer series paper. Uh-oh. It's okay. It's not meant to be perfect. Oops. It is not meant to be perfect, y'all. So if perfection is something that you're wanting, that you're looking for, I'm telling you that Hallmark might be the best way for you to go if that's what you're looking for. But card making is not meant to be personalized. Yes, do your best work. But it is not meant to be perfect. You're not a manufacturer per se, you know, like the Hallmark says. And I'm not maligning Hallmark. They have some awesome cards. All right, so that's that. We're going to put that away. Then we're going to use the half to do a little space filling. Okay, let's go ahead and clean that guy up. Clean both of these off so we can put them away. You know, at one point, Stampin' Up sold these cleaning stamp pads. Oh my God, I absolutely love them. They don't sell them anymore, but I love them. I really wish they would bring it back. I really wish they would, but hey, we have the stamp chamois, which is another great tool. All right, so we're gonna go in with our half of our kiwi, but I'm gonna use different colors because I don't want this just to be a green card. So we're gonna go in with actual lemon lolly. Okay. Now I've never stamped with this, so I'm not quite sure what it looks like. So we're about to find out what lemon lolly looks like. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's a beautiful color. It is a beautiful color. Okay. All right, Mr. Lolly. So we're going to put lemon lolly as some fill items. All right, so we're going to put one here. We're going to put one like here. And we're going to put one maybe like this. Right? And then we've got to do the same thing. We've got to now go ahead and again, we are just creating our own pattern paper. Now, the other thing that I would do with this, what I should have done, was to make this a one sheet wonder. And by that, I mean, I would have done a full sheet. And I will probably do a video doing it as a one sheet wonder and share with you, and then create the cards from the one sheet wonder that we create. It is absolutely loads of fun. Hello. Okay, so something's not right here. Tell you, this is one of the blessings of the Stampin' Up of the way this is done. I really was not a fan of it, but it'll work. It just helps me to know where to put things back. Yes. And then I'm going to grab the outline of the half, the slice, and I'm going to go with crushed curry, I think, to fill that one out. And then I'm going to fill in the berries for more colors. Yeah. This is so much fun in creating your own card, your own designer series paper. You get for it to be what you want for it to be. You're not constrained by anything, actually. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I'm just gonna put this back on here so that and then let's get this guy right there. Okay. Then we have a raspberry. And we have, oh, we don't have rich raspberry anymore. We don't have rich raspberry. Oh, so, okay, so, Oh, I know what color we're going to use. We're going to use one of our newest in colors, y'all. For our berry. I think it's called Moody Mauve. Moody Mauve. Moody Mauve. So I think we're gonna Moody Mauve, and I think that also has a, so Moody Mauve and maybe Blackberry Bliss will be our color combination. Or maybe it's gonna be Bubble Gum. Bubble Bath, not Bubble Gum. Maybe it's gonna be Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve. Well, let's try that color combination and see what we think about it. So this is our Bubble Bath. Not so bad as a berry. Okay. And then let's see what our Moody Mauve looks like with it. I just put it on there, y'all. So let's see. This is our Moody Mauve. Mauve. I don't know what's the right. You know, I gotta go Google how you actually say that word. Let's condition this stamp a little bit. And so if we do that and we put this guy like this, that's what our berry will look like. But I think the bubble gum gets lost underneath. So bubble bath. I keep saying bubble gum. Let's see what it looks like with a fresh freesia. Let's see what it looks like with a fresh freesia. It's not a bad combination, but the actual bubble gum gets buried underneath. And so I want you to be able to see that it's there. So let's see what it looks like with fresh freesia. So we're just auditioning some colors so we can see what it looks like. I think that's a better combination. So that's kind of what I'm going to go with. Okay. So Moody Mauve, and I'm just going to grab this guy. And the trick with creating your own designer paper is you start from your largest image and then you move down to your smallest image as fillers. Right. Okay. And because you're using it as a filler, you may not get the same amount, right? And so now let's go in with our Moody Mauve and get our berries in. All right, y'all. So we have created our designer series paper that we're going to use in our card. So let's put some of this stuff away. We have our working space back. Oh no, I have to do that, y'all. I am a mess. All right, so now that we have our designer paper or pattern paper, because it's not designer, so this is our paper, right? So here's where the fun starts. Now we get to cut it up. So this is I'm gonna have to trim this down. So what I want to have is let's mat this. I knew I was gonna have that. So this is, where's my, So this is a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it is a full quarter sheet. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 1/8 because that is exactly half. So we're going to cut this to 2 1/8. So we should have two very even pieces of 2 1/8. And 2 1/8, and we're going to do that to 4 1/2. This is 5 1/2. So if we want to bring it down to 4 1/2, we're going to take off an inch. So we're going to go a 1/2 inch on each side. And then it needs to be 4 1/2 on this side. All right. So we have a piece of cardstock that's 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. So we need for this to be 2 1/2, 2 5/8 by 4 5/8. And that's what we have, because we're going to map this just like so. Okay, and now we're going to need a piece of basic white, this piece, and we're going to do a piece that is 3 inches by, what did I say? 3 inches by, I said 3 1/2, but I think I'm going to go, yeah, 3 1/2. Let's stick with 3 1/2. All right, so we have a piece that's 3 inches by 3 1/2. And so I'm going to need another piece of basic black. I thought I had my basic black. And this piece should be, so that's 3 inches. So this is 3 inches by 3 1/2. So this should be 3 1/8 by 3 5/8. Perfect. So that's going to map to this. Okay, perfect. So the first thing I want to do with this now is I want to get my parts and piece, my sentiment stamped. And my sentiment is going to come from this set. I'm wanting to use as much of it as I can. And this is going to be, it's too big for that. So maybe happy birthday is what we're going to stamp. Happy birthday it is. And before I do anything else, before I forget anything else, let's get this stuff cleaned off and put away. I had a wet wipe in here. I'm not sure what I put it, so I'm gonna have to clean them off a little bit better. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to clean all my stamps. But I just need to make sure that I get things put away. Because I've got a little stamp somewhere out there and I don't know what it's for. And so, or what stamp set it came from. And so I'm like constantly battling, trying to make sure that I put things back where they need to be. All right, so let's get me my VersaFine Claire in black. Alrighty. Black. I'm looking for my black. Telling you, I use my stuff and then I can't figure out where the heck I put them. Which is another reason why I try to put them away at the end of the day, and at the minute I'm done with them, because I will put something where I cannot find it, and it's not done intentionally, but I do that to myself a lot. All right, so I can't seem to find my black VersaFine, so I'm moving on because I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. All right, let's stamp this guy out, see how it looks. Because again, it's the first time we're using anything in the set, so we have to make sure it stamps properly. Gives a really good, bright, crisp image. And we are stamping on the fly, y'all. Thank you for joining me for stamping on the fly. Stamping on the fly videos tend to take a little bit longer because I am stamping on the fly. I haven't really thought everything out in my head in terms of what pieces I'm using. None of that. So I'm stamping on the fly and it takes a little bit longer. So, all right, so we have happy birthday. And then what I am going to need is, we're going to need some more of these guys. We're going to put this on here. And there's one other thing that I needed to do because there's a splotch stamp that's in there. I don't think it's too late. So that's going to go like that. And then this, we can put this guy on here now. This. Sure, it's. Well, I hear some thunder going on out there, you guys. We are under a severe thunderstorm warning here in Austin. And I actually just hear the thunder rumbling out there. All right, so this part is kind of done. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to stamp out some more. Because this is going to end up going something like this. Right? But I am going to have some die cuts of the fruits right at the top. Ooh. Well, I wasn't going to, but y'all, here we go. They are already stamped and punched, and let's go ahead and cut this out. Because there are no dies for this. So we have to fussy cut it out, which is what we're going to do. Oh, see, I mean, this was intended, when I created this, I was definitely going to use this for another card, but I mean, I was going to have to stamp the fruit out anyway again. And I'm like, well, why would I do that, right? When it's already here. So let's get our focal images fussy cut out and get ready for use. And again, these are straight, simple cuts. So die cutting this is not, you do not absolutely need a die cutting machine to die cut these. You don't need dies for it. You actually can cut these out very simply with your paper snips. All righty. So we're gonna make this a bouquet of fruit right at the top of the sentiment. And we're gonna try to cover some of the stuff up because you see how we're cutting it off at an angle. So we want to account for that, at least for I do. Are there other ways around it? Absolutely. So here's something you can do. We already know that's like that. And then we can build like this. Let's put this guy here to cover that up. Start popping things up. And we don't want to cover it all, right? So here's what I'm thinking. And then this can go pop up like that. And this can go like that. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So let's work with that and see where we get. So we're going to put this guy right at the top, like so. About midway. We're going to put this guy like this. Bring in a little bit of a different color. Right? But because this is cut at an angle, we can either put him this way, right? Right? Because when you do it that way, you would think that it seems as if you kind of cut it off. Yeah. All right. So here's what we're going to do with this one. And then this has got to be able to cover here. So I don't want that way. So I'm going to put this like this. And then this will be like that. All right. So, but this is going to be popped up. Because we are the dimension queen. Right. And so, get our dimensions going. I'm actually starving, y'all. Yeah, I feel like I haven't eaten all day. Oh, because this has to be like this. How did I have this? I think I had it like this, didn't I? Now let's put it like this. So we want this guy like that, right? So how about we do that? That's what I'm trying to get rid of. Well, not get rid of, but I'm just trying to hide it as much as I can. Okay, so let's do that. And then this guy will do the same thing. And he come like that. Right? I think that'll work. So let's put a little piece about at the top here, because that's what we're gonna do. This is gonna go here. Okay, about right here. And then this is gonna go here like that. Then we're gonna just line this up like that. Line, line. There we go. So now we have our focal piece. And this is gonna go like that. Now my only thing is, do I want something in here? And I don't want to cover that up. So I am not going to put anything on it. I'm going to leave it just the way it is. Although design-wise, I should probably do a lighter color in there. Either put a lighter color or I should have use a different color for the background, or use a different color for my matte layer. But it is what it is, and here we have our finished card. Now we're gonna add some bling, obviously, because what are we again? We are the bling queens. And because we are the bling queens, we have got to have bling everywhere. I am actually starving, y'all. What did y'all have for lunch today? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had a hot dog. I had a hot dog for lunch today. I worked from home, but I had some appointments. Yeah, I have a standing appointment, and so I went to that. And so by the time I got back, I just didn't have time to grab lunch. And so like a good lunch. And so it was hot dogs to the rescue. Fast, quick, and easy hot dogs. Get your hot dogs. You know, I've never been to a carnival like that where they had hot dogs. I have not. Am I missing anything by not having been to a no, I'm not really. Yep. Now we're just gonna cut this in half. And so we don't waste anything. I'll put that here, that there. And now we are almost finished with our card. And y'all know, so again, this card was made on the fly. I had a general idea. I knew I had to make a card for a swap. I knew that. And I knew that I wanted, it had to be fruit because that was the theme of the swap. And I knew that it had to be, I had to use the new stamp set. So this is what I came up with for that challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time for Stamping on the Fly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your liking, sharing helps me to grow my audience, which means more people get to experience my joy and my love of paper crafting. Thanks, guys, and happy stamping.